What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Fierce and Feral podcast. I'm your host, the Free Spirit Barbie, Katarina, whatever y'all want to call me, your 100% woo-woo gay ass fuck bitch. We are here to chat for a hot minute because I had to stop. I had to literally stop working to come and talk with you guys because I have been feeling just so incredibly called to just share more things with you. And it's so funny and interesting because I teach this stuff. I'm building this massive empire and business and community and people, and I don't even talk about it. What bullshit is that? That's not even fair to you guys. So let's dive into some more woo-woo stuff. Right now, I am currently making an Energy 101 mini course for my one-on-one clients. With my one-on-one clients, we really dig into just so much stuff, like just busting through your own bullshit, learning how to explore not only yourself, but master your mind so you can find a new way of being. Well, why is that important? Let's talk for a hot minute. A really crazy thing that you might not be ready to hear, or you might say, hey, Kat, yeah, I already know that. That's cool. That's dope. What to do with it now? Is you are 100% responsible for everything in your life. That might be a hard pill to swallow. Your ego mind might pipe up and just have all of these excuses like, no, Kat, those things happened to me. Other people did this to me. All of this beautiful, fun things. We can't control other people's thoughts, behaviors, emotions 100%. You are not in charge of anyone's emotions and thoughts and behaviors but your own. But you are 100% responsible for everything that happens in your life. And when we don't take full responsibility for certain things, that is our ego mind keeping us in a very, very safe place. And I don't think I have to be the one to tell you this, but if you are living in your comfort zone, nothing cool or awesome and all that stuff isn't going to happen. You are 100% in control of your entire reality. That's a scary, scary place to be. And yet, it's hella liberating, isn't it? Because if everything you hate in your life, you have the power to change it, that's so liberating. You are not stuck in your circumstance just because. You're only stuck there because your mind has stuck you there. So with my little mini course, and this is something I want to jump on and just talk with you guys about this, is creating your reality. You are 100% responsible for all of that. We have main 12 universal laws, and we're today really just going to talk a little bit about the law of vibration, the law of attraction, what it is, why it is, all this important stuff. We have all these different laws that I work on and teach really with my clients, the law of inspired action and cause and effect and reality and rhythm and gender and learning to heal all these things, polarity and karmic laws, all the beautiful fun things. These laws of the universe, these universal laws they're facts, they're science. They're just like gravity. It's science, guys. The law of vibration really just shows us and tells us that nothing is at rest. Everything moves. So if you remember in science class and physics, all of that beautiful fun things when you were in school, really taught you a bunch of stuff that you just didn't know how to apply to the rest of your life. But, for some reason, they didn't teach you how to, be yourself or cope with negative emotions or money and taxes. Ran for another day. We learned that everything is made up of atoms. Every atoms have those protons, electrons, neutrons. They have a charge. They're constantly moving and vibrating. So everything vibrates at the most fundamental level. Everything is made of a pure vibrational energy and form. And the way it holds, what it manifests, what it creates, it attracts. Matter is merely energy in a state of vibration. Everything is vibrating. And the law of attraction that goes along with the law of vibration, the law of attraction tells us that everything is vibrational and like attracts like. Your thoughts are vibrational, your ideas, your state of being, your emotions. We have things to be able to tell us what areas of the brain are sparked with creativity and the area of the brain that's sparked with trauma. We know all these things. We even know how to gauge the frequency of our emotions, which is such a beautiful gift. And when you start to understand the law of vibration and the law of attraction and manifestation, you start to understand That it's not about attracting what you want into your life. It's not about manifesting what you want. It's about manifesting or attracting what you are. Like attracts like. Your vibrational frequencies that you put out, your universe will match it. The law says it will be matched with whatever you're putting out, if you want it or not. These are those shitty lessons that like we ask, we're trying to grow, we're trying to be better. Like, I need more patience, teach me more patience, give me, the universe give you more opportunities to have more patience to bust through the bullshit that is keeping you at this lower vibrational state that is attracting these same sort of events into our life, because we didn't learn a lesson. Once you learn that lesson, once you dig deep, once you figure out what is busting in like your body, in that bullshit, in that subconscious mind, then that thought, behavior, pattern, whatever you're putting out, that vibrational frequency will be let go of, and it will raise and increase, and you will start to match that piece. You know, that what's that that saying, misery loves company. Like attracts like. People who are miserable want to be around other people who are miserable. It's the same thing with positivity. When you get to a state of self-awareness, where you're self-aware of your thoughts and you're starting to understand your own behaviors. Side note, there is something so freaking empowering about understanding why you do what you do, why you act the way you act. We're always told to be ourselves, be unapologetically yourself, but nobody tells us how to. And when you start to understand your own behavior and why you do what you do, or have emotional responses to certain things because of trauma of A, B, or C in the past, it is so liberating, and it gives you so much trust, not only in yourself because you're understanding your own behaviors, but that trust turns to confidence, and that confidence turns into empowerment, and you just show up daily authentically empowered to be you. Good or bad. So the law of attraction really just shows us and tells us that what we think, we feel. So the thoughts that we have ignite emotions in our body. And what we feel vibrates at a certain energy. Our emotions all have energy. There's a whole little graph, or, you can Google it, the different types of frequencies that each emotions have. And so in this energy, this emotions are just energy in motion. So cool. When we think, we feel, and when we feel, we vibrate at a frequency of energy. And what we vibrate, as we vibrate, we attract positive. We attract it, positive or negative. Our electromagnetic charges that move through our body, set off by our thoughts, result in our reality. Everything happens twice, you guys. It happens once in our mind and once in our reality. We can only visibly see, get this, we can only visibly see 0.0034% of everything around us. It's been released, it's a whole thing. Like, that means you cannot visibly see or perceive 99% of everything around you, which is terrifying. Exciting and terrifying. We know this to be true because we can't see. I mean, you cannot see radio waves. You cannot see sound waves. You can't see these things. We have utensils and machines to be able to help us gauge those things, which is how we can tell emotions have certain vibrational frequencies. This is how you can just tell. You can feel when somebody is, off, or you walk into a room and the energy is just off and weird and full of just ugh. Or people are just at a higher vibrating energy. We can feel that in our body and through different areas in our chakras. And so stuff like this, like those, rant for another day. I get into an entire module talking about grounding and chakras and the science behind all of that fun stuff. But we're talking about emotions right now. And we can't perceive everything around us. We just don't have the equipment to do so. And everything that we can see or perceive that matter is all just energy. And we come here, Earth, planet, whatever you want to call it, we come to learn how to manipulate and use and morph energy. Your spiritual awakening is crazy and intense, but you never have to do it alone. And it happens at a time where you just wake up. And a random question that I have people who ask me all the time with their spiritual awakening, once your third eye opens and all that beautiful fun stuff, if you can close it again. My simple answer to that is once you awaken, you can't close it again. You can only just simply choose to ignore the truth, which is sometimes easy to do for a while with self-sabotaging behaviors and how our ego mind gets so big and the different limiting beliefs and levels of consciousness that society has us in. But to keep things short and simple, your emotions are energy and they give off vibrations and you attract them. But let's not get into the danger of, okay, Kat, so super simple, easy, right? Whatever I vibrate, whatever I attract that, right? So whatever I want, I just attract it and we'll just be at that vibrational frequency, blah, 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 blah. Spiritual bypassing happens when we are in this spiritual high vibe, floating on a cloud, everything's great and hunky-dory, good vibes only. And if I have negative feelings or low vibing feelings, they are going to cause the shitty things to happen in my life. Like I've had people like, oh no, Kat, okay, crap, what do I do? Like I'm feeling doubt and grief and fear and guilt and shame and all of these things and just anger towards myself, and I'm going to manifest more of that into my life and I'm going to attract it into my life, and now I have anxiety. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? First of all, your spiritual awakening and healing and all that stuff isn't going to be sunshines and rainbows, sunshine and rainbows all the time. We feel and acknowledge those high vibrating moments of bliss, joy, reason, acceptance, enlightenment, peace, because we know how it feels to feel the opposite, that contrast, that polarity, that drive that makes you want to be the best you can be matters. That's why you're here. Heck, you're not clicking on this podcast because you're just hella happy with everything the way it is. So we just need to just stay right here. I mean, if you are, great. That's dope. Super excited for you. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you want more, if you want to be better, if you want to call abundance into your life and get to the next level, you have to learn a new way to be. To learn a new way to be, we have to learn a new way to think. To learn a new way of thinking, you have to learn to reprogram your mind, to call yourself out on your bullshit, to dig through those traumas, to recognize, observe, and understand certain self-sabotaging behaviors that we have. A lot of time it takes another person to just ask us the right questions. But your emotions, it's just energy, and you can't control them, and they are always valid. They are just a tool to help gauge what to do and how to navigate your current experience. Emotions can be held in our body. I talk a lot about this with my Energy 101 course that I'm creating, especially with chakras. Women, we hold a lot of energy and trauma in our pelvic area and our sacral chakra. This is why dancing is so healthy and good for us. It gets the energy moving and flowing. Releasing it is important because it will build and it will build and it will build. We have physical reactions to emotional responses. Emotions themselves are just energy. And let's say, I don't know, like you have to public speak and that gives you anxiety. Oh, what's the physical response that we have when we get anxiety or we have to public speak? Maybe our palms get sweaty, our heart races a little bit. That is energy pumping through your body. And if it has nowhere to go, it's going to build, build, and build. And then you're stuck at this really shitty low vibrating state. And other signs that were like low vibing, you're just not at a great state. You're feeling stuck, but spiraling and spitting. Feeling needy or going and seeking external validation. These are great signs that you're just that validation that you have, that validation, acceptance, love, admiration, all of that stuff is something that you need to give yourself. And if you are going out trying to feel the need to be seen, it's just your internal self, your highest self saying, hey, just stop and how about you see me? Side tangent right now. It is not anybody else's job to like you. It is not anybody else's job to show up for you. It is your job to like you, and it is your position to show up for yourself. You need to stop outsourcing that to other people. Every time that you wake up and decide, you don't even decide. It's a subconscious thing. Like our subconscious mind takes up 80% of our habits and our behaviors and our emotional responses. And it's not the front part of our mind. It's not our conscious. It's not our awareness thoughts. It is our subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind gives out almost all of your vibrational frequency. So let's say you've got doubts, frustrations, limiting beliefs, self-hate, all of that stuff hanging out in your subconscious mind that you have repressed and not processed. That's the stuff that's going to be putting out vibrations, and that's what you're going to be attracting into your life. Stop outsourcing. Stop deciding how you feel about yourself that day by gauging it on how other people are treating you, or how much love and attention you're getting, or how much money you made that day. Stop outsourcing how you get to feel about your fucking self. Other signs that you're low vibrating: chronic illness. My autoimmune diseases they flare up hard when I'm in low vibrating states, when I'm in a place where I'm stuck and not ascending, raising my vibration. Because I promise you, as your vibration raises, not just your emotions, but your entire state of being, your consciousness, your body, as you ascend, the low vibrating trauma and bullshit stuck within you, stuff that you thought you were over and had dealt with and healed years ago, are going to start to come up because they can't survive in your body as it raises its vibration. So never use shitty trauma or shitty feelings coming up as a state and gauge of how aligned you are. Alignment is so important. And feeling shitty things shows, and it'll tell us, like, hey, this current thing isn't in alignment with what we need or should be doing. But get excited and explore those triggers that pop up in you. You are not your emotions. You are just the observer of them, and use them as a tool to manifest and create your freaking reality. Like moodiness and feeling funk and out of whack or sleeping a shit ton. There's so many different ways to show signs that you're not vibrating at a good high frequency. You're stuck low. And so what are ways to raise your vibrations? Really don't overthink it, guys. Habit building is super important. When you realize that you're just feeling shitty and you don't know how to cope, nobody teaches us how to freaking cope. Put habits or rituals into your life, integrate them into your life to raise that vibration. Journaling, busting into it, digging a little bit deeper. Sometimes I see that in my own clients. I'm like, we're not at a state where you're ready to dig into that, but we are going to at some point to help raise your vibration. Listen to what your body has to tell you, because what's coming is going, and if you don't allow it to come, it cannot go. It cannot raise your vibration if you do not process certain things. Dancing is huge. This is why I was talking about we hold a lot of trauma as women in our pelvic region. Dancing gets energy moving and vibrating and flowing. Exercise in general, so freaking good for you. So good for you. Singing is huge, pumping up some music, moving, getting healthy, eating healthy, high vibrating foods, so less processed foods. Meditate, 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 meditate. You guys don't need me to say that again. If you don't understand or what meditation is, how to implement it, why it's important, why it is used as a tool to not only open up the connection with your body, to be able to trust yourself, listen to yourself, and act on what you and your intention and your instincts are telling you to do, but meditation is also used to strengthen and reprogram your brain to overcome focus or overcome procrastination, to help you focus more, to be able to visualize and create your reality. Your meditation is a bomb-ass tool. And if you don't know all these things, I do have a few podcast episodes. So I can put the link in the description below too. It's called, one of my favorite ones is me talking about creating success, how to use your mind to create success, strengthen your mind to create success. Check it out. So cool. But when it comes down to it, guys, you are 100% responsible. And that's terrifying. Second, I remember when I truly realized and understand the science behind it. It's not philosophy. It's literally science, not spiritual woo-woo shit. It is, but it's science as well. I was like, fuck, this is bullshit. That means I gotta do everything. No one's showing up for you. No one is doing any of that. You create you like attracts like. Albert Einstein said, quote, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. There's no other way. It is not philosophy, it is physics." So important to remember these things. And if you want to learn more about the science behind some of this stuff, go check out The Secret, the documentary on Netflix. It's based off the book. It's so dope. I absolutely love it. It shows the basis of the basics when it comes to the science of the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and how you really do create your reality, how you stub your toe one morning, have a bullshit mindset complex, you put those vibrational frequencies out of being frustrated and anger, and that's when your shitty day spirals into all the bad things happened all at the same time. When it rains, it pours mentality. And when you can start to reprogram your brain to bust through your own bullshit, to master your mind through self-awareness and self-regulation and self-healing, that is when you can start to manifest and create the reality you were born to live. Unblocking some of this stuff that we have in our feminine and masculine, our wounded feminine, our wounded masculine, the giving versus receiving. There's so many different steps when it comes to manifestation. It's very simple. The science is simple, guys. You attract what you put out. Sometimes we don't understand that what we're putting out in our subconscious is doubt, is hoping and wishing and waiting. And it keeps you in states of hoping and wishing and waiting, not being. When we are stuck and our mind is stuck about the possibilities and stresses in the future of everything that could go wrong, or everything we have done wrong in the past, when our mind and our thoughts live in the past, it ignites emotions from those problems. When we ignite the emotions of living in, let's say, the problems of the past or the anxiety problems of the future, you're no longer being present in this moment, but your mind is living in that past moment and failure, or in that present failure that you've already created in your head of everything that could go wrong. Your mind's living there. Your emotions get ignited and living there. Now your body is living there because these emotions are just sensations in your body and you're experiencing it. And guess what? You're attracting more of it into your life. That is why what got you here will not get you there. And to get there, my love, you have to match that state of being. And to find a new state of being, to find a new way to be, you need to master a new way to think. That's why self-development, everything with my course and the way I teach and what I teach and how I teach it, I call it New Age personal development. Because you're in a constant state of growth and transformation, which is why sometimes it feels like nothing is getting anywhere. You feel like you should be better and mastering this stuff, but somehow it feels like you're not. You feel like you're going backward because you're becoming more self-aware of all of the stuff in your life. That is progress. You are going forward, even though it appears that you aren't. Healing isn't linear. And with each step, even though nobody might not even notice on the outside, it's not physical change. It's the internal change. But once you make that internal change, you create the reality you want to live. People think other people are just lucky, and they laugh. It's not luck, babe. There's no such thing as coincidence, no such thing as luck. It's you, it's science. It's you creating your reality. It's you learning how to utilize energy. When it comes down to the smallest bit of it, we vibrate. And what we put out, we attract. Science. But what are you putting out? What are you creating today? What are you manifesting? I remember listening or seeing a TikTok or whatever it is about, Oprah Winfrey talking about this. Like when you want, let's say, $100,000, say $100,000 launch. You have to meet the vibrational frequency of $100,000. You can't go above, you can't go below, you have to meet it. And a simple activity that I have my clients go through, especially with manifesting money, is do a little manifesting ritual, and I teach them how to do this, manifesting $5 into your life. Comes really quick, usually. And why is that different than $5,000? It's not. Money is just energy, and we attract what we put out. You can attract as much energy, as much money as you want into your life. It is abundant. It is never ending. There is enough for everyone to go around. But why is it different for $5 versus 5,000? When somebody does a little manifesting thing and say $5,000 is on its way to me, like, why doesn't that work as effective as $5? Because it's belief. The biology of belief is insane. The quantum physics of intent and thought is so cool. And if you ever need any resources or want to learn more about it, please slide into my DMs. I will send you a few resources. Belief and doubt. You believe you're going to get $5? Psh, no doubt there. Hell yeah, $5 is $5. 5,000, you start to doubt if that's actually going to happen, if it's even possible, if you're even worth that. Especially if you have the belief attached to money where it's time for money, effort for money. If you put more effort in and more time in, have more quality of things, then you get more money, right? This is a shitty little money belief that most people have, and it's not uncommon that I see all the time. But that belief alone keeps you from manifesting all of this abundance and money into your life because it doubts that manifestation you're trying to put out. That is why busting through the bullshit, the doubts of yourself and your life and your business, things that you don't even realize are there. So hard to be like, hey, Kat, I just need to bust through the blind spots. All right. But I can't see the blind spots, so I need help. What keeps you stuck in a shitty mindset, especially in your business, like if you are a business owner, what keeps you working in your business rather than running your business is it's just your value. It's what your value is dependent on your effort. Like if you think you need to work harder or work longer to get more money, I don't have to be the first one to tell you that strategy right there is broken. If your strategy for growth is just work harder and work longer, nah. That's not how you do it, my dear. And I come from a place of teaching. So I'm here and I want to teach you why these things are important, the science behind them. Because if I tell you just, hey, go out here and use gratitude and write gratitude every day, is so dope. Or daily affirmations, like go do that and tell yourself you're beautiful and happy without saying, hey, doing things like gratitude as a tool to reprogram your brain, or like if we say things like daily affirmations that really are pinpoint and dig into this limiting belief that we have in our subconscious brain, it only takes like 20 something days for you to continuously do that, grow that habit, build that, for it to believe it as truth. What happens, guys, if our subconscious mind believes that affirmation we've been telling ourselves that we are money-making machines and we attract all the abundance. We attract clients that want to pay us more than we ever thought. When your subconscious believes that as truth, because you've implemented daily affirmations and gratitude as a brain rewiring tool, your subconscious mind is what's putting that out and creating that manifestation. You attract literally those clients into your life. It's so crazy, but mind-blowing when you start to feel the effects and recognize and see the effects of mentally reprogramming your brain to be positive and spontaneous and ignite joy and bliss and creativity and attract the same into your life. So your strategy for growth, abundance, to get more is just to work more, work longer, work harder. You're just going to burn yourself out and you're going to attract more and more and more of that. So your beliefs matter. And guess what? The beliefs that you have were given to you. You were taught them. It's time to figure out what it is that actually aligns with who you are and what your core values are. This is what I do at the beginning, my one-on-one coaching for self-expansion. We question everything and align your values and your core beliefs together. Because in the first level of consciousness, we have 4. But in that first level, we're living in this culture-scape of believing everything that we're told. Blue is the color blue because we were told it's the color blue. We were told to ignore our bodies and question ourselves, not feed ourselves when we're hungry, to not accept ourselves for who we are as we are. Women especially, we are always told to go against everything that is within us. Literally. You aren't pretty enough, so put on makeup. Okay, now that you're wearing too much makeup and you feel confident and all that stuff because makeup is what you're wanting to do for yourself that day, hell yeah. I don't wear lashes for anybody else. I wear lashes for me. Well, now that's just too much. That's just too much. Nothing you can do is good enough. And it always ignites, it programs that doubt into your mind. So you question yourself and you don't listen to yourself and you create a shitty little reality that is stuck in self-sabotage behaviors, and it's a cycle that goes over and over and over and over and over again. So you want to find a new way to be, a new level of abundance. You have to find and master a new way to think and to program and to use that energy and to use your emotions as a tool. It's pretty dope when you figure it all out, or you start to figure it all out. You find that little community of people that loves to do this stuff with you. That is my favorite part about probably my coaching program, is the High Vibe Tribe. And our little wins, our little manifestation wins, our little self-awareness wins are so fun. One of the best and one of my favorite client wins is when she realized that her brain, she was no longer coaching her brain to be more positive, like hating on herself physically, and then moving into gratitude and, doing all that stuff. When you feel the shitty stuff come in and you're like, I don't want to be this way anymore. All right, let's move from this to that, and we're going to be more positive. And you recognize, you're self-aware. Being self-aware of that shitty thought process is one thing, and then implementing and integrating a way to shift it from being shitty to yourself to being more positive for yourself. That's the next step, right? But when you finally get to the place, that aha moment where your brain clicks, that switch flips, and you recognize, holy shit, this is a moment where I would normally be hating on myself right now, but I love it. Like, I'm actually positive. Like, I'm loving myself right now. I literally am not hating my body. Normally I would have, and then I'd have to coach myself through being positive. But your brain makes that switch. When that starts to happen, holy shit, so many things happen in these women's lives. I'm so blessed to be able to watch it and to help them and help them guide it. I'm not soul searching. I'm not teaching you guys how to search for your soul. You are not soul searching yourself. You have a soul. It's beautiful. It's great. You were born the person you were meant to be. It's just your job to unlearn everything that you're not. All the trauma and shitty things that have happened to you are not your fault, but it is your job to heal them so they don't keep reoccurring into your life. So crazy. So I want you to sit down and think, what reality do you want to create? What abundance level do you want to have? Be mindful of all of the little limiting beliefs that pop in. Oh my gosh, that's too much. That'll never happen. No, you can't live there because that's not who your significant other, where he wants to live. Whatever it is. Get self-aware. What do you want to create? What do you want to do? And start showing up as that person who does that and creates that and has that life, because it's yours if you want to create it. But right now, you're stuck in a place of being because this is who you are now. Every negative thing, every positive thing you created. So take a shit ton of credit for all the positive stuff that's happened to you too. Because at one point in time, that incredible person or that incredible aha moment or gift or course or job, whatever it was, that event happened to you because at one point in time, you were in a state of believing that you were worthy of that thing. You created it. You get to define yourself on your own terms. But sometimes, I get it gets difficult. It gets hard because we don't know what we want sometimes. Sometimes it's so freaking difficult to understand that what we want, need, and desire is important, and that what you want, need, and desire is what you want, need, and desire. I remember being stuck in a place when I was getting divorced in the darkest of all dark places. And I wrote down in my phone, and I still read it once in a while, that I hope and I pray that one day I know that the feelings I'm having are my own and not other people's feelings. And that what I want is actually what I want, and it's not what everybody else wants or what I think I should want because of what everybody else wants for me or told me I should want. Success is created in the mind, and you need to stop internalizing your fears and making fear-based decisions. Success in your life is inevitable. You just have to keep showing up. Get aligned. Get aligned in your soul. Question everything. And become the creator you were always meant to be, because you were here to create your own reality. And get out there and start freaking creating. All right. We'll talk to you later, guys. I'm going to get back to creating this beautiful little course. Follow me, please, on Instagram with the Free Spirit Barbie. I have so many beautiful freebie tools. I have Connect with Yourself meditations, totally free. Go ahead, go in there, go download those badass bitches. If you own a business or you are building and you are trying to go and get to your best state of self, and you want to learn to really reprogram your brain and grow that intimacy within yourself, heal that CEO mindset, I have a beautiful meditation pack that has been released. Building this BBB, Building Business Bundle, no fancy ass name or anything, but it really allows you to grab the tools, get the tools in your hand to start to reprogram and create success in your life. It's everything that you'll need, from learning how to forgive yourself, accepting failure and forgiveness, learning how to reprogram your brain with gratitude and writing out your goals, manifesting, creating and igniting creativity. Like it's a bomb pack. And I recommend it to everybody. I will always stand behind. I mean, if you have never meditated, definitely just go try. It's not about quieting your thoughts, I promise you. Go listen to my podcast about it. And if you have, I will say with 100% certainty, my meditations just hit a little different. They are not your everyday meditations. You feel things all over. So, love you. Appreciate you. Slide into my DMs at any time. I'm still doing a giveaway for free card readings or one-on-one call with me. If you leave a review in the show notes, appreciate you. Go out and fucking kill it and figure out what you want to create today, because you are a creator. Fuck fear. Take away that power from fear and make that leap that you're wanting to do, and go create it.